In 2011, the people of Egypt deposed their dictator Hosni Mubarak with a nonviolent uprising. It was a great success and a terrible failure. A new dictator replaced the old one. This is a tragedy, and one we must learn from. In America, we are in the process of removing a fascist dictator in a nonviolent uprising. We can, and I believe will, succeed. But we are, like Egypt, making a terrible mistake. Removing a dictator isn't enough. We need a clear, explicit vision for the future. We must be for something, or we will end up no better off than before. The American uprising is nominally seeking a restoration of democracy and constitutional law and a balance of power between the branches of government. These are systemic demands. We say we want no kings. That's not enough. It's fine for quickly building a big coalition, one we need if we want to oust a despot. But it won't get us where we want to go. What do we want? What do we need? Our civilization is having 3 crises. Number 1, exploitation. People everywhere are working their entire lives in mostly useless and often destructive endeavors for ridiculous elites. Number 2, environmental destruction. We are destroying our biosphere and climate and turning the Earth into a hellhole that's hostile to human and other life. Number 3, meaning. We are lost in empty distractions like our phones and never satisfying consumerism. We don't know what to do with our lives and have no sense of purpose. Who has a vision to meet these challenges? The saners have a vision. Our group began as a climate group seeking to prevent climate collapse. We retain that as one of our key objectives, but our vision has expanded and we seek to fix all 3 aspects of the polycrisis. We don't have every detail worked out. Nobody does, nor has anybody ever had to. Life requires us to have a direction, but to make adjustments and correct course getting there. This vision is no different. Nonetheless, it addresses all of our crises. We offer a positive vision to replace the failed civilization we are rejecting and ending. The sane society is one that recognizes that human lifespans are short, and wasting them is unacceptable. The biggest waste of our lives is useless, unnecessary, and often destructive labor. Whether we labor for plutocrats or despots or some other elite, this is a moral failing. Yes, work has been hailed as building character, as a positive good, but most labor is, in fact, a sin against God's or nature's earth and against human dignity. We need more life and less stuff. Yet our civilization throws away our short, precious lives to maximize profits and power of undeserving elites. Worse, the process of gross overproduction is also ruining the planet and dooming our children to struggling for survival on a post-apocalyptic Earth. We solve this by ending all unneeded production. We must slash our labor in favor of having more time and therefore more life. We won't do any labor for any elites. None. We accept no elites. We will produce what humans need for decent lives. We will produce healthy food, medicine, shelter, clothing, and a few, very few other things. We are fully aware that each thing produced requires us to sacrifice unrecoverable time of our limited lifespans. So our labor will be 80 to 90% less than before. None of our labor will be paid, and all of what we produce will be given away so that everyone gets what's needed to live. This dramatic reduction in labor will immediately slash CO2 emissions, which, at this late date, could not be done any other way. We threw away decades needed to transition to clean energy. We stupidly ran down the clock instead of addressing the crisis in, say, the year 2000. Nonetheless, although the planet is permanently damaged, we will do everything possible, in addition to slashing production, to protect our diminished biosphere. We will finally listen to the scientists and not businessmen and politicians. What about meaning? Once consumerism and desperately empty distractions disappear, we can turn our time and attention to being human again. We will quickly realize where meaning comes from. It comes from living our lives as human beings instead of as human resources. Meaning consists of activities that are rewarding of themselves, not means to some other end. Spending time with loved ones, with interesting people. Conversation, walking in nature. Watching the stars and contemplating our place in the universe. Playing. Writing a poem, painting a picture, performing a play, singing a song. Everything we were taught was superfluous, portrayed as silly distractions from the so-called real world of work. Those maligned activities are life itself and meaning. We know how to remove a tyrant. But let's not merely switch tyrants. Let's pair our revolt with building a beautiful civilization. We can make this vision our reality. Let's live our lives instead of sacrificing them to the false god of productivity. Let's give our children and all future generations a chance, an opportunity to live their lives fully from beginning to end. This would be a proud legacy for our generation to deliver on. Read about and join the Saners at wearesaners.org.